I'd like to welcome you and everybody to YAHVAH'S Truth Restored Ministries podcast. Today we are going to talk about a few things that have come up in the church that not a lot of people like to address. And the big issue, which I see now in churches and various other places, has to do with the fact that we allow gay marriage, the fact that we allow people to perform these sorts of marriages in our congregations. We are seeing this more and more. There needs to be an end. I mean, we need to end this. We need to come back to Acts, the book of Acts, and really understand what Paul is talking about in ordaining the people who are supposed to be overseers of our church, which they call bishops, deacons, teachers, evangelists, and these sorts of things. We need to get back to that as soon as we can. We need to get back to Acts chapter 2, where everybody sells everything that they own and everybody has everything that they need. Now, the reason why we have gone away from that is because we have allowed the secular government to interfere in our lives and has forced us all to fear our neighbors and has forced us all to not want to help one another, even though in our hearts we want to help. But the government has put that fear in us that we shouldn't, because we don't know what our neighbor is going to do. He could be a very, very horrible bad person, or they to make everything out to be a horrible deal, when in reality it is extremely false. But we fall into these traps, one, because we want to believe in the government that has been voted into office, that the people believe that these are those who are able to help us in certain situations and in forms that we aren't able to help ourselves. So they enact laws and such and so forth. So we get bound up in these things. And we need to get out of it, and we need to get back into the way the church was in the first century. Because if we don't, then what we have is just a bunch of confusion, a bunch of people, children who run around and call us bigots and homophobes and all of these other things, where in reality we are actually teaching them how to be true Christians, how to follow the true faith that Paul has put forth for us in the book of Acts and in all of his epistles, including the epistles of all the other apostles and disciples. So once we get back to that, we will see how much better it is and how we can help each other and the rest of the world. Because if we don't, then what we're going to do is we're going to find ourselves exactly as they started seeing themselves when Titus came in and destroyed Jerusalem. Now, I know I'm a full preterist, 100%, and I believe that the burn will not come until 2068 AD, and I have said this numerous times, and I'll say it again and again, until I'm blue in the face or until I die, one of the two. I mean, someone is going to come to the understanding and realization that these things are real, that we really have an enormous duty. I mean, this is paramount. This is the most important thing that we should be focusing on, is helping everybody, helping one another in the church, outside of the church, everybody, so we can be one group. We should bring back the home churches. We should bring each other, just as the LDS, the Mormons, they have family home evenings, but they also have people who go out to homes and they do studies with them, and this is the thing that they do. And I mean, the important thing is to have church in your home, because family is one of the most important things that we have, that the state really wants to rip apart, take away, and force the fathers out of the homes, force the mothers out of the homes, or the children are not being taken care of properly, and when they are being taken care of, it's only by the state, and that's not right. We all need to stick together. We all need to do what's right, and these things need to happen soon, very soon. And so what I'm going to put forth, I'm going to propose that we have in sometime in next year, what I want to put together is a commission of people who see eye to eye, because that's another thing, important thing. We need to see eye to eye. We need to have the same mind. We need to speak the same things. That's exactly what Paul has stated numerous times in the New Testament. And we need to, in this next year, we need to all get together in one location, and we need to start fresh. We need to sell everything that we own. We need to do everything that we can to help one another. This is the only way we're going to get out of the mess that we're in. And if we don't, then we're all bound the same way that this earth is going to run. And all these other people, just like Noah and the flood, well, we're coming into the point in time where it's going to be the fire. The purge is coming, people. Let's get ready for it. Yahweh bless every single one of you. This is Cody Stewart of YAHVAH'S Truth Restored Ministries. Next time we will be talking about what preterism is and what we can do to help one another live James chapter 1 verse 27 and how these things actually worked in the first century. Have a good one.